I'm shooting right now. Um, my subject. This is the mirror. My camera. This is a Canon EOS 60D. So I'm gonna show you the settings I'm using. I'm actually using. I don't know if you can see it. Let me come to the shadows where you can see it. 1/25 of a second. I'm using f6.3. Sorry. 1/25 second f6.3 ISO 160. I'm shooting at RAW. I'm using center weighted average. I'm using standard my Kelvin. I'm shooting at. That's my Kelvin. Let me show you. That's my color temperature. I'm shooting at 4,800. Do you know if you can see? Then I'm shooting at single shot. Then manual. Shooting on manual. You know, for Canon we have AV. Why is this thing not focusing? Manual, AVTV, program, bulb, you know, creative shot, auto, everything. But I'll show you the settings I used. But this is me. This is my subject, and because I'm shooting outdoors, no extra lighting, just one reflector. Guys, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Temidayo, and I want to introduce to you camera. How to use a camera. This is a digital single lens reflex DSLR Canon, the popular Canon 60D, and attached to it is a 50mm. You can see a 50mm prime lens. This is the lock button, the autofocus manual focus lock button. This is my 50mm. If I want to detach my lens, I will just push this button down. I'll push this button down, and you know, I'll push this button down. And I'll turn it to the left. You can see. So this is my lens. It is detachable, my 50mm lens. 50mm aperture f1.8. You can see how wide the camera aperture is. 50mm f1.8. So I can to attach it back. You see this red dot here, and you see the red dot on the camera. So I'll make sure the red dot on it and the red dot on the camera lines up. Then I'll turn. You can see it is locked now. It is locked. So that's how to attach my lens. So I'll tell you what all the buttons on my camera does. This button I showed you is the button to detach the lens. You can see this one that has this thunder sign. It is one that controls the camera's pop-up flash. This is where my camera switch is. So I'll switch to on. When my camera is on, I remove my lens. So once I click this button, see. Sorry. I want to change it to. So you can see this button here. You can see. So that's the button that controls the pop-up flash. So as we all know, this is the shutter button. Don't mind this rubber jarring. This is the shutter button. It is the shutter button I use in taking my picture. So when I press it, that's taking the picture, and that's it. Let me set the focus well, so you see it. Okay. So you can see. So this button is the shutter button. This button is a dial. This button is a dial button. If you can see that thing that is moving. You can see it was first in 200. When I scroll to the right, 250, 320, 4. That is the shutter speed that we have been talking about. It is measured in 1/200 of a second, 1/250 of a second, 1/320 of a second, 1/400. So if I scroll to the right, it goes faster. If I come slower. So for example, now I shoot at, let's say, 1/3200. You can see it is very, very dark. There's nothing to see. When I bring it lower to say 1/500, you can still see it is still dark. It is still very dark. When I bring it down to, let's say, 1/50, you can see you're getting to see detail. The reason why, because this is making it slower. 1/50 is slower than 1/250. So the slower, the shorter speed, the more light the camera can trap in. Sure you get. Yeah, you see this button, this AF, it is to control the focus. You can see when I click the button, it will ask either I want to switch to manual focus. If I press set, it will switch to manual focus. If I press it again, it's to control either autofocus or manual focus. So this drive button controls the shoot. You see the drive mode. This means this box, press it again, this box means single shooting, one shoot. The second one, high speed continuous. If I press the shutter button now, you can see shoots very fast, high speed continuous. If I press it again, low speed continuous, to reduce the speed. Are you seeing it? But before, if I shoot on single shooting and I press, you see it is no more. I'm still pressing the shutter button down, but it is no more shooting. But if I change it to either high speed or low speed continuous, you can see it is continuous. The shooting is continuous. So that's the function of this. Then this one is to time it. 10 seconds remote control, 2 seconds. So single shooting. So this other button also is to control the ISO, the famous ISO. The lowest ISO my camera can go is 100. Some camera can go ISO 50. So this my camera can go as high as 12,800 ISO. You can see. So now this button now. Yeah, so this next one is my metering button. It's used to control my meter. Metering is one creative ability of the camera to be able to determine what part of your subject would, number one, be in focus, and also to detect the source of lighting. You know, in an image, a phone automatically used to detect that itself. Our phone camera can automatically detect that. You see, if I click on, you can see, if you notice this video, the lighting is changing. It's because I'm tapping on different part of the screen. So that's the same way the camera that is it is metering. This part that it is dark like this, I'm tapping this top part of the screen. That place is sharp, so the camera automatically reduces the exposure just to compensate that part. But if I tap on the dark part of the video of the camera, you see it automatically add more light, to compensate. So that is the work of the metering. Also this button, the metering button. So you see this evaluative, the camera looks at the image and automatically evaluate. I want to show you in live mode. So I want my camera lens to be my subject. You can see if you can look at the image, you can see that it is overexposed. Did you know why? Because the camera is an evaluative meter, and it found out that where I'm shooting, if you can see that it is dark. It is trying to tell me that my subject is dark, so it is compensating by adding its own brightness to compensate my image. I hope we get it. So if I decide to change it, the side is not available. I cannot change so when I change, I can change it to the next one, which is partial metering. There's partial metering. Partial metering is the half of this center weighted. Partial metering is half of center weighted. Spot metering is on the spot. It picks a spot. It picks a focus point. If you can see through, if you can see through, if you can see through the viewfinder, don't know if you notice that point, that red point, that point that is showing red where it is focusing. That's the point that it will use for the, it will pick for metering. I would send you more links on how you can understand metering, but this is the, so this is spot, this is center weighted. Center weighted considers the whole image. Considers the whole image. Center weighted considers the whole image. Center weighted consider. My image is okay. We are shooting at ISO 6400. Let's use the ISO. The ISO is too wide. So, and this last one here is just the light. Then if you notice, let me show you. I don't know how many of us notice the brown, the orange, amber light. That is just the function of this last one, just to add more light here. So now this is the dial mode. This is to control the dial. So if we can see now, let me be changing it for us. This is for C. It counts. The C is programmed here. Then B, bulb. You can see manual mode, AV mode. That is aperture value. That's aperture priority. This is TV. That is the shutter speed priority. This is program mode, where everything is programmed. This is the full auto. Everything is automatic. Flash off. Creative auto. Portrait. Landscape. Close up. Sports. Night portrait. Then video. You can see. That's so I have to push this middle button down before I can turn. You can see. So they put this. If I don't see, it's not movable until I push this thing down. If I can move it. So if this is an image like this, this is my delete button. Once I delete, I turn it to the right, then erase. You can see, erase. So on my screen like this, if I turn this dial button, you can see my shutter speed is moving. But I can use this one to control my aperture. F aperture, shutter speed, ISO. You can see this is the metering. Now this is the metering that is on center weighted. You can see this means I'm shooting on RAW. The best place to shoot is to shoot on RAW. Now the rest, this one is the flash composition. I'm not using flash. That is why, because I'm not using flash, that's why it's not showing. You can see, because I'm not using flash, that's why it's not showing. Now I'm shooting on one shot, this is the autofocus mode. To control the autofocus, this button controls the autofocus mode. Autofocus point selection. This button controls the, where is the autofocus mode button? Okay, I already changed it in the setting, but I can control the autofocus from here also. Now, one shot autofocus, AI autofocus, and A servo autofocus. This one shot autofocus means every time I take a picture, means if I want to take another picture again, even in the same frame, it will first have to focus. I hope you can hear the focus sound. But if I change the focus mode to AI focus, means once I focus once, you can see it doesn't have to focus again. It picks the focus and continues to use that focus. But you see this AI servo, it alternates. If this is the difference now. If I focus here, if I focus here like this, sorry, I'm trying to focus. You can see. Let me shoot at a very fast speed. I don't like shooting. if I focus like this, you can see. But if I change mine, it will see, you can see I press halfway when I want to focus. I either use the shutter button to focus, or I use this AF on, this autofocus on. This autofocus on also, I can use it also to focus. You can see it is trying to focus. 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 I can use also to focus also. Then take my picture. If I change my scene again, you can see it is focusing. But you can see it's no more focusing again. If I change my scene and I press it halfway, it will first try to focus, then to take the picture. Are you seeing it? Are you getting to see what I'm doing, please? So that is that on that. So this is my menu button. This is my menu button where I control my menu. This is my menu button where I control my menu. This is this info button. If I click on an image and I press the info, it will bring out different info. This one means 1/500 of a second, ISO, aperture 4.0. This is the folder in which my picture is, and this is the 460 picture of 460 picture. If I press the info again, it will bring the histogram. This is the histogram. It will show the highlight, shadows, and mid-tones of my picture. This means it's on manual. You can see Kelvin, K, 4800 Kelvin, raw. This is the size, 20.7 MB. This is sRGB, the color profile. Now this is the profile. This is the, I didn't show you this. See, this is the picture style. My Canon Nikon used to have picture style. This is stand. I can either shoot on standard, portrait, landscape, neutral, faithful, monochrome. You know, it's just to, if most people that used to shoot black and white image, they shoot on monochrome. You see, when they shoot on monochrome, it brings out, see, I don't know if you can see the black and white. It brings out the beauty when they shoot on monochrome. So, well, let me take it back to my standard. I prefer to shoot on standard. So, my Kelvin, I shoot on basically basically when I'm shooting. The reason why I shot 4800 there was because I was shooting outdoors. That's why I shot at 4800. But basically when I shoot portrait, I shoot from 5800 to 6300. So best I just leaving it at 6000 Kelvin, 6000 raw. So this is the auto lighting. This one is just a Canon feature, auto lighting optimizer. I prefer to leave it on low because I don't want it to affect my lighting. I want to be able to control it, so I leave it on low. Then this one is for custom control. This one is just settings, on camera settings that don't really matter in your pictures. So this is to pick the focal point on automatic selection. If you take it to the right, if you can see this is where the dot is, meaning this is the only part of my camera that will be in focus. You can see, if you can see this, it is only the right.